Hello everyone and welcome back to It's Personal. I am Mona and this is Color Along part number 9 of the Farm Born Color Along series. We've made so much progress and I'm so excited to finally get into the last stretch, the last couple of episodes for this beautiful picture. I'm excited, but I'm not going to diddle too long for today. We're just going to jump right into it. I haven't recorded any of this page in a good couple of weeks, but yeah, we are in it to win it for now. So I'm just going to quickly give you the rundown of where we are at today. We are going to focus on getting the shrubbery done over here, all the shrubbery bits. This is the colors I chose on the previous video for it already. So it's the Kalour set 300 to 277. Ooh, let me see what the pencils say. I'm so out of focus. Let's see. Okay, 277 is a cerise, this green over here. Then 136 is a leaf green, and then the forest green is the 135. So it's that color range over there. All right, so let's jump into it. Quickly give one or two of these pencils a little bit of a sharpen because sharpening is important. There you go. How have you guys been? What's been up? What's new? What's news? Ooh, I'm already messing. Okay. My mission for today. Well, when you guys see this, I'll be releasing the recorded part in bits. But today I have decided I'm gonna sit down and record all that's left of this Color Along series, so I have some content to put out to you guys in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm gonna zoom in, sorry for the wobble, so we can get to the bottom of the grass area so you guys can see nicely. I think I'm gonna let's start on this side and then work our way around. If we have time, we'll get to the flowers as well. All right, so let's do this, because we're gonna start with our lightest color first in circular motions. I want to get the foreground done soon, because I really want to move on to the smaller details on the house and the small details that are still left on the barn. I am really ready to get to the end of this project, because I've got ideas and plans for other things I want to do. I bought this really cute craft paper A5 booklet. It looks like a normal exam pad tear off kind of vibes, but it's only like an A5 size, which is like your normal standard size for like sketchbooks, well, A5 sketchbooks at least. And I really want to get into using that because I like painting on craft paper with like gouache paint. Yeah, I need to finish up this project before I can move on to something a little bit different. Well, I could probably do both at once, but this series has been going on for a good long while. Whoops. Yep, the big brush is back. I think that was one of the funnest investments I made this year, was that brush. Just to make the process a little bit easier. I switched my music off again. Let me just put that on for myself in the background. There you go. This is going to be a lot of silence, for me at least. I've got a question for you guys. Do you guys enjoy the audio, the music background? How should I put this? Do you enjoy listening to a little bit of background music with me doing like the audio during these sessions, or do you prefer just the quiet silence as if I'm not talking instead of it being filled up with music? Because I'm always on a catch-22 about it on a personal level. Do I like extra music when I watch stuff, or is it relaxing enough just to listen to whoever's talking on the video. Is it enough, or is it too much? That is the question. If there's strange noises in the background today, I do apologize. My cat is feeling her innermost queen vibes today and protecting her territory. You know, neighbors, Ginger Cat is also in like the area, and she is not liking it, so there's a lot of meowing and stuff going on. I was joking with the family a couple of minutes ago about it's like Gangster's Paradise Kitty Cat edition at the moment. They are figuring out who is the main boss, and who is going to rule the territory. Now, like a few months ago now, we kind of adopted the stray ginger cat that was like roaming the neighborhood, and he's got the most chillest vibes, and he's the most chilled personality you will ever find in a cat. I'm like, because we were standing outside, and our cat is like the one we had. She's like all tensed up, and her tail looks like she's put like in an electrical socket. It's all poofed up, and she's all on edge, and she just wants to jump that poor little ginger cat from next door now. And I was like, ish. And the ginger cat we adopted is sitting on the other side of the backyard, all chilled. He's like looking at this and like, I couldn't be bothered less by the drama that's going on right now. I'm enjoying the sunshine. I'm like, yeah, you've got a very chilled vibe. Chilly vibe, kitty cat. That's what happens when you look up at the camera while you are coloring. You make it too dark. I actually think I can put in a little bit like of yellow on these bushes, and it wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe a bit of brown. Let's see now. Turning the sharpener, not turning the pencil. Oh, got a lot of little particles today. Pencils are resisting. Oops, over the lines, just a bit. Okay, I think let's scratch in the Stampy cup. For those of you who don't know, this is the Stampy cup. Let me get the angle right. And the Stampy cup contains all the pencils we have used on this project. So I'm going to pick a yellow out of this bunch, and maybe a brown too. Let's see, let's use this one. Which one is this? This is the Autumn Gold. And let's see, maybe for something a little bit dark. I think this might work. Light reddish brown. I think I used this on the wall if I remember correctly. Okay, a little bit of sharpening. I just want to like tint the grass a little bit, not a lot. And maybe just at the bottom of it, just put in a little bit of the brown. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Yeah, I think that kind of works. kind of just highlights the edges a bit. Not a lot, just a little. Kind of fits in, then it fits in at least with the autumn vibes at the back of the image, the yellow. Actually pretty nice. Cool. Okay, now let's get a little bit of this reddish brown. Guys, I'm gonna tilt you. I do apologize. Just want to get into the bottom here. Not a lot, just a little. I think that's pretty decent. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the pathway yet. I'm not sure if I want to do it in like brown tones, like it's like dirt, or do I want to do it like a like it's cement, like a cemented pathway all the way around. We will find out. Okay, so now let's go to the foreground. Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of leaves, and I think I'm going to stick to these colors. I think I might add in like a very light, maybe I'm gonna add in a little bit of this olive brown. We'll see. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's do this. We just go. Let's get going. We're on a mission today, people. Missioning in this. Oh, I can tell you guys what I did this week. I was on leave on Monday, and I decided to take a little bit of a me morning after I went to go do my not my driver's license, the driver's disc for my car. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go treat myself to like a cup of coffee and something at a nice little coffee shop in town, because they've got this really chilled vibe. And I was like, fine, I'm taking my sketchbook with, and I'm taking my gouache palette, my gouache palette, and some cup with some water and stuff, and brushes and pencil, and you know, the traveling stuff you do when you want to go do art somewhere. And I sat there for a solid, I think it was like 3 hours, maybe a little bit more. And I just did some character sketches, portrait sketches, basically from the shoulders and up. And then I just did some painting on that. Nothing complicated. More like, I don't know what it's not called anime. It's something different. But yeah, I want to post a little thingy on the Facebook page for that little painting session, because it was so much fun. I had so much fun doing that, and it felt good. Because after that, the week just went downhill very quickly. You know, chaos of life and adulting, I guess. So yeah. So yeah, I'm liking. I think that's what I talked about in a previous video as well. I want to do like paint along sessions for like the character design. This is something I really want to work on, because I want to get back into creating another kid storybook, but I need to build some confidence in character design. And I've got ideas for the storyline, but I'm a bit on the hesitant side for the characters, so I want to build up like my muscle memory and my skills on creating them and being creative on it. Because sometimes we can get into a rut for what we think we can do, and we don't push our limits a bit. So like on Monday, the plan was just to sit down and do some character designs, and I scrolled through Pinterest for a bit. I was like, okay, fine, I can use this as a reference, and this is a reference. And just finding those references and telling myself, okay, I'm gonna just draw it quickly, don't do too much detail and stuff. Actually really helped, so I can use some basic ideas I found, and I could recreate it in my own way and make it a little bit more Mona style. And yeah, that's what I did. And I ended up after that time with 3 cohesive images of the same character, but doing different poses and her face looking different in all of them. And I got to paint all of them in the same theme, which was really nice. Let's use the brown first. Grass almost looks like it's a bit on the either the aged side, or it's like on the verge of dying. But it's a good contrast actually to the green of the grass, like the grass over there. Apologies, guys. I had the worst kind of luck last weekend because I organized the off day for Monday. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna get so much done because it was my off weekend. Didn't work on the Saturday. I'm just gonna get so much done, and then I got sick. Because this winter season has been a rough one because there's been this horrible flu going around, and my sister got sick, and then I got sick, and it's one of those things that just steamrolled. Because people at work have been sick for a while, on and off, over here and over there. So it's not something I could avoid for too long. But once it comes knocking at your door at home, then it's like then you really can't avoid it. Yeah, so I'm still struggling with some of the residue of that from last weekend. That's why my voice is kind of sounding strange, and I think I've got nasal congestion or something that's also going on. But we are missioning forth. So I wanted to record these videos last weekend already, and I was just feeling too sick on Sunday to do anything. Saturday, Sunday kind of escalated. Okay, we're making good progress. I think I might do the pathway as well if I've got time. Let's just try and do this first. I've got over the lines again. The electrical eraser is going to be my best friend when I'm done at the end of this project. I should actually just like tape down the border, but I'm always so paranoid about doing that because I'm scared if once I pull it up it's going to rip the paper. I was in the craft shop yesterday afternoon when I bought the craft paper book, and then I was like, oh, I need washi tape, and they don't have. It's sad, but the craft shop I buy at doesn't have the normal washi tape I use like this. They don't have this anymore in stock, and they haven't had any of it for like a while. So I'm like, because this stuff is less sticky, it's not as abrasive as masking tape, for example. So I kind of liked using this, but now they don't stock it anymore, so I'm like just a little sad. Let's try and blend some of this out quickly, and we can move on to the okay. Right, I think that is it for the grass. I realized that was out of frame for a bit now. Okay, cool. Alright, so now I think let's do the stems for the smooth over the pencils over here. I'm gonna do the stems for the flowers on the lighter tones, because or else you're not gonna see them, they're gonna disappear in the background. use this pencil because I'm reaching into the Starry Stumpy cup again. Let's see what we have. Light matcha, a yellow, green, grey, and a ginger yellow. So we're going to use these. Switch up the jiggy a bit. Oh, turn the sharpener a moment. Turn the sharpener. Okay. Turn. Okay. Right. I'm going to put this into the glass container. Right. Let's do this. This is going to take forever, so let's do the light one first. Oops. Brush over there. I think this is the only problem I have with these pencils right now is when you sharpen to a really sharp point, that point is so soft it just breaks immediately. And it didn't break a lot, but I was like, it's enough of a breakage to cause crumbs that I need to wipe it off first, and it's just a little irritating, but that is just me. It might just be me being a little bit finicky about stuff. You see now the stems just stand out a little bit from the surrounding area, which is nice. Just gonna put on color again. Blend up the little leaves. Okay, now we've got a decision to make. Okay, let's do. Just move the camera a bit. I apologize. Let's do the inside of the flowers next. I'm going to reach for the cup. Let's do a nude and maybe the ginger yellow again. And I'm thinking maybe the autumn gold. Let's see. Okay, how much you guys are going to be able to see when I zoom in. Turn stuff a bit. Whee! Camera work, people. It's all about camera work. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Such a small little thing, but just gonna do that. That yellow is so potent you can actually not see the gold almost. Just a tiny little bit of color because it's such a small little detail. It's going to get lost if you do too much on it. Okay, and then just straight down the middle, a swipe of color, and just try and get into those little scale shapes here and there, just to make it a little bit darker. There you go. So that's it for those. It off to the side, and I'm going to zoom out because I think we need to scratch in a container for some color pencils quickly. Okay, so I was thinking to make these flowers in the same color tone as I want to do the background. Now the background, I'm going to lean, I need to think nicely. I think I'm going to lean toward purple, pinks, oranges. So I need to find a pencil that is going to suit these. So let's see if I can pull those containers to the front a bit. There you go. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Where is that little swatch page I had? Let's see. Let's put this in here. I'm not gonna make it precise. I just want to get an idea. I'll keep these colors around for. There's only 2 flowers. I don't want to choose too many. Maybe if I use this tangerine. Kind of like that. Would that look nice? I think that will be fine. That looks nice enough. Is there a lighter pink maybe? Ah, there's an extra pencil in here that doesn't belong. It's in the wrong container. You see, that's what happens. Just for the fun of it, see what this color looks like. Nah, it's the tangerine one is nicer. Let me just see quickly if there is a different pink I can use that is also very dark. Maybe this one. That is too purple. Nah, that's not gonna work. I think the combination of those three are the best. Okay, so I've got them in my hand. Okay, you see, that went very fast. So I'll keep these pencils in the stereo stamping cup so that we can use them in the background again somehow. You know, cohesion, like they say. I think these pencils are still good for now. Okay, let's do the flowers. Let's start with the light pink as a base layer. I might need to erase a little bit because I've got green. I bought this electrical eraser, but I'm not yet completely convinced on whether it was worth it, or if I could have found a really thin like eraser pencil thingy that it would have done the exact same job and it wouldn't have taken batteries. But yeah, that is the questions I live with. So let's base color. I'm pressing very gently and working in circular motions. Let's see. This is a very color I need to use very gently. Sorry guys, my vocabulary today is not great. I think it's the nasal congestion that's causing the problem. It's making everything sound funny. Okay, it's coming along. Tangerine. I think I might sharpen this one just a little. Just a tiny bit. It's a bit blunt from the previous section. Okay, so we're going to use the tangerine just on the edges, not all the way around. But you know, it's like a highlight color, specific areas. Oh, I like this tangerine color. It's pretty. And it's opaque. It's like... Okay. Alright, we're back with pink. Now... This one, some more pink. I like the flowers, they actually look nice now. Nice little contrast to the background. There you go. Right, and then back to the dark color. This scarlet is a really potent color. It's one of those you need to use with caution, I think, but it layers down really nicely. Okay. There you go. I just need to go in a little bit over here. There you go. That is the flowers. Let's put out a little bit again. Oh, that looks really nice, I think. These colors actually pop nicely. Okay, so that is done. We are we gonna go overtime today? That is my question. I really want to get that color down for the pathway. I think I'm gonna go with the concrete cement vibes. So let's do, reaching into the cup again, we're gonna go gesso gray. Let's see what we have here. Gesso gray. Let's see where we get when we use those two colors. Okay guys, I'm gonna tilt you now because I might be, oh, camera's going all over the place. There you go. All right, but I need to turn this thing for wrist movement, or else we are going to be here all day. All right, here we go. So my 35 minutes are now going to be a little bit more, but that is fine. I'm going to use the angle pressure thing going. I've already used a lot of the browns. Like there's a lot of brown reddish colors in the background over here. I don't want to like over, and I also need to make the fencing in front brown. I could probably do that in a different color. I probably don't have to use brown. Maybe blue? That is going to be an interesting little lemma. Okay, let's show it quickly. So I think if I go gray, with the pathway. I give myself a little bit of room to play with the other colors. I'm actually now very tempted to make this faint in the front blue, but not like a bright blue, like a darker blue, a phthalo, something like a phthalo color or something, like something that like edges on black, but it isn't black. It's blue. Now I'm like also thinking it could look cool if I can try and blend like the wood tones into like make that wood, like the wood is kind of showing through, but it's painted, like the fence is painted blue, but you can see like the bits at the bottom that are still like brown from the wood color. I think that might look pretty cool. You see how I'm making more work for myself instead of trying to lessen it for this project. Mona, you can't just keep it simple, can you? Okay, alright. We've got the base color in. I don't know how much of it you guys can actually see because it's a very light grey color. Okay, now let's go in with the darker one. Let's do a sip of coffee first. Okay. Let's do a little bit of darker under the bushes. For where the house is, it should be a little darker because the house is causing a shadow. Because the light technically is coming from the back of the image. Well, supposedly. Who knows with my highlights in this image. If you're looking for realism, not really the place to look for it on this channel. We just roll with it here. Unless I do something I really dislike, then I won't do it again, but until then, everything's open for anything is open. It's an open choice. Figuring it out and playing and testing, and like most people will probably tell me, the idea of making this fence blue is ridiculous because it's already a busy image. There's already a lot going on. But to me, it's like it might just make it stand out a little bit more. It might just add something to the image, or it might take away from it. That is now the question. Will it take away or will it add? Ooh, I went over the lines there. But that's the thing, if you don't experiment with it, then you'll never know if it will work in the future. That is the point of like picking up a coloring book and doing the pages in that book, is you need to hone your skill. That's the big word I want to use for it. Hone your craft, hone your skill, and practice it. Okay. Sharpen a little bit again. Now I'm tempted to do just a little brown, like a very light color on the inside edge of this paving. We'll see now. Okay, just a little bit more here. Just going to blend all of it out in any case. Let's see. Do I have a very light brown somewhere I can use. I'm actually looking for something more along this line. I think this is too much. Bit dusk. There's the swatch paper. Let's see. No, it's too brown. It needs to be more golden. Let's see that ginger yellow we used. Which was this? The 41. Maybe this would work. I'm gonna try it. Okay, peeps, hold tight. We are trying something. Just a little. Just a little. Not a lot. I'm gonna go in with that light grey again in any case. It's creating this little highlight I like. Very subtly. Ooh, I missed some greenery over there. Haha, fixie the problem. Okay, let's keep going. I think it looks bad. It's definitely doing something for the pathway. Okay, maybe it's like this gravel cement, whatever you want to call it, pathway is kind of reflecting like the background onto the foreground a bit, and maybe that's what we're seeing. I don't know. Maybe that's the vibe. Okay, so we're going back in with the light grey again. Let me just sharpen it a little bit again. Oh, this poor pencil is going to see its days with me. It's not gonna last. Okay, let's start from that side. I'm gonna use a little bit more pressure to blend out the darker with the lighter, and then also lighten that. What color was it now? Ginger yellow I used. You get colors in a set like this, like in this Kalour set, that are blending colors, and I feel like this is one of those blending colors that are just gonna like even out an area, and that is usually the case with pastel colors and lighter shades, because they've got more white in them. That's what I'm assuming. That's what it feels like, at least. So it's pencils that tend to blend out better. So like you can still see the dark, and then you can see the lighter shades. You can even try and blend out that little green that went over the lines. I've got a question for you guys. There's something I'm thinking about right now, because earlier today when I took out the project from the folder it was in, I found the other project I did for YouTube this year. Some of them, just a few. The ones I didn't have time yet to put in my flip file. And now I was thinking, what would you guys think about a video at the end of the year for like a 2025 flip through art video? Would that be something you'd be interested in? I would like re-show the artwork I did for YouTube for this year, but then I'll also like dig into some of the projects I did off camera and the stuff I did for me, the practice. Is that something you guys would be interested in watching? Like, a lot of people do like sketchbook flip throughs. I am not there yet. I work very hard on trying to fill up sketchbooks and stuff, but it's not something I focus on a lot. I've got a lot of loose artwork I put in my flip file, or the portfolio file thingy I have. But yeah, how about a 2025 flip through video? I'll figure out a different name for it because my tongue is going to keep knotting in those words. Let's see if I can put on a little bit more of this gray. I like this, it's looking good. I'm really pressing down. I went a little bit over the edge there, but it's okay. I think I might have missed a little line right there for the pathway, but it's because I'm focused on that area so much now that I'm like, I can see I missed a little line in the drawing when I did the digital version of this. Amazing when you step back from something you worked on for a while and then you suddenly see the tiny little things you could have done differently. And now I'm like, I'm not going to bother even fixing it because this part of the image, it just is what it is. It gives it its little character build. I can put it like that. Guys, I think that is it. Just fill in some blanks. There you go. Right, with a brush. Okay. All right, there you go. Oh. Wobbling camera. All right, there you go. That is that for today's part. We did the shrubbery. We did the little grass patches at the bottom. We did the flowers and we did the entire pathway. The video is a little bit longer, but I think that is good progress. Now I can move on to the other details in the image in the next part. And I'm so excited. There is so much progress and I'm excited to see this finally finished very, very soon, hopefully. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. And I will see you in part number 10. Bye, everyone.